Hey everybody, it's time for another recipe video. Today we're making picadillo. Now this is a Cuban dish. There are different ways to make it, kind of. Let me just explain a little background about how my family makes it. So I am Cuban on my father's side. My mother is Mexican and French Canadian. She had me very young, and she lived with my father's family at a young age. We all lived together once I was born. So she learned how to make a lot of things from my grandmother and my aunts on my father's side. My father's sisters, in case you couldn't figure that out. Here's the thing. My mom does not like onions. She sure don't. She might not like peppers either. I'm not really too sure about that. So the picadillo that she used to make did not contain those things. Okay, I checked with my aunt because I looked up some recipes online and was seeing how people were making them, and they were putting like raisins. And listen, I can tell you, nobody in my family has ever put raisins in picadillo, but I checked with my aunt, and apparently there are a lot of Cuban people that use raisins for a lot of things. I don't know why. They're disgusting. So this picadillo recipe is going to kind of be an in-between of everything. All right, I'm not using raisins. I am using the onions and peppers. My aunt makes it. She doesn't put potatoes in it, but my grandmother puts potatoes in it. You see what I'm saying? People make the picadillo kind of like however they like to make the picadillo. So this is how we're gonna make ours today. Here are the ingredients that you will need. You'll need some meat. This is ground sirloin. It's 90-10. I got it because I don't want it to be too greasy. You'll need these spices: salt, pepper, basil leaves. Now these are just regular basil leaves. Apparently there's Mexican basil and Dominican basil. Use whatever the hell basil you want. Ground cumin and a bay leaf. You'll also need some kind of wine. You can use a red wine, you can use a white wine, use whatever kind of wine you want. I happen to have this. I use it for cooking in other recipes, so that's what I'm using. You'll need some olives. I see a lot of people use olives without the pimentos, but I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself. Use the olives with the pimentos. Some people also slice the olives. I find no desire in myself to give myself more work to do, so we're just going to use them whole. You'll also need tomato sauce. Now, my aunt's recipe, she says she uses 1 small can, but I'm sort of doubling it with using 2 packages of meat, so that's why I have 2 cans of sauce. I want to have a lot so that I can have leftovers. You're going to need garlic. I'm going to use 4 cloves. Now, you know how it is with garlic. You can never use too much garlic, so listen to your soul and you put however much garlic you want. Now, recipes I've seen, they use a whole onion and a whole pepper. Some of them use a red pepper or a green and a red pepper. This is what I'm doing. I've got a yellow onion. I'm going to use the whole onion, and I'm going to use about half of the green pepper. As you can see, it's a small green pepper. And I'm going to like dice them very, very small because I don't want chunks of them in the meat. Excuse me. Because the way, look at me for a second with my dirty kitchen behind me. The way my mother made it, like I said, she didn't like onions and peppers, so she didn't use them. And I wanted to feel homey. You know what I'm saying? So I want the flavor of the onion and pepper in there, but I don't want the chunks. I want them just kind of like into the meat. Understand? This potato, which my son has already bitten. 1 potato. All right, that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rinse this, and then we'll get to chopping some stuff. Why are you making a bowl of salty water, you may ask? Because I am going to peel this potato and then I'm going to chop it into nice little small sizes, and it's going to soak in this salty water while I get everything else chopping. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take it out of the salty water, we're going to dry it off real good, and then we're going to fry it in some bacon grease I have left over from breakfast. And the potatoes are going to fry while we're cooking the meat and getting everything else cooked and good. Alright, this is going to be really quick to pull together. I've already got rice cooking in the rice pot, so it's just really fast. Decided not to use the whole onion even though it's small. I'm only going to use this little bit right here. All right, we're going to season. So we're going to do salt, pepper, oregano, and cumin. Okay. I don't have measurements for these of how much I put in. I'm going to go ahead and pull these potatoes out. Let them go over here on a paper towel. Oh no! I dropped one. I would have liked them to get a little darker, but the ground beef cooked much faster than I had anticipated. Like, just understand, like, I have not cooked picadillo since I was like a teenager. Okay? It's been a while. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna add a little bit of water. Just a little. It's about half a cup right there. We're gonna add in our tomato sauce. Next can. Good. Don't forget the wine. We're just gonna go in a little like that. Make a little circle. I am gonna do a little more seasoning. Not too crazy on the salt since we're using tomato sauce that already has salt. A little more of the oregano. A little more of the cumin. We have to get our bay leaf in there. See if we can find a nice one. Let's see. I think that'll be fine. I was looking when I was in the store for the ones that were in like a bag. That's how I used to buy them. They used to come in like a little bag, you know? But I didn't see those. Very strange. All right, and we're gonna put, I don't know how I'm gonna do this with one hand. I'm gonna spill olives everywhere. Whole olives inside here. And the olives is one of my favorite parts of this, so let's make sure we get them in there. Okay, hold on, I gotta put you down for a second so I can do this. Olives in. Hold on. One for me. Let's get the potatoes in. I just stepped on the potato. I just smashed it. Okay, now mix it. Be gentle. You don't want to break up the potatoes, but you do want to get them down in the sauce so they can finish cooking and be soft, okay? Get that bay leaf in there. Don't forget to get the bay leaf out when it's done. Okay. Look at that. You see that, man? All right. We're gonna leave this, I'm just gonna leave it on medium heat. I'm going to put a lid on here. I don't have a proper lid, so I'm just using this one from my roasting pan. Like that. And we're gonna leave it for as long as it takes for the potatoes to be soft enough to eat. Everything just warms up. Let's take this bay leaf out. My garbage is a little full. Alright, here it is already. Alright. Let's get some rice on a plate, and then we'll get this on top of the rice. Definitely want those. Are you ready to see me burn my mouth? Here we go. Now, when my mom used to make it, I used to put soy sauce on the rice and then eat it with the picadillo. So I didn't do that. I wanted to just taste it like this because this is a little different than my mom made it. Alright, so I want to get some rice in here, some potato, and some olive. Ready? You see the steam? Alright, here we go. Ready? Don't burn my tongue. Don't burn my mouth. It's just good. I suggest an olive in every bite because It adds so much like saltiness and goodness. Like the olives are my favorite part. Don't skimp on the olives, I'm telling you. Make sure you know how to cook the food of your people. And make sure you teach your children how to cook the food of your people. Because these kind of things need to be passed down and should not be let to die. You understand? I'm just gonna keep eating this. Did I eat all my olives already? Man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this recipe video. At the end of the video, I will put up the thing for my recipe playlist. So if you want to watch my other recipes, you can do so.